Hey guys, it's Alicia. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a fun 4th of July eyeshadow look that you could do for the holiday. So I'm going to be dipping into two of my eyeshadow palettes. You can use whatever palettes you want, whatever reds, blues you have, but I'm going to be using a little bit of my BH Cosmetics and Sylvia palette, and then I'm also going to be using my ColourPop Main Squeeze palette a lot for the reds. That's just what I'm going to use for my collection because I don't have a lot of reds, so that palette, like, is probably my best shot. And I like the blue in the Sylvia palette, so. But yeah, that's all I'm going to do for today's video, so if you are excited to see that, just keep on watching. First, I went ahead and primed my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot in the shade Soft Ochre. That's typically what I use as my eyeshadow primer. I have a couple other primers that I love, but that one's my favorite. And now I'm going to dip into this shade Wolf in the Sylvia palette. And it's just like a bone-like, just great shadow to put all over the lid to set that base if you're anywhere near my skin tone. I love shades like these. I actually get so close to hitting pan on some of these shades in my palettes before I hit pan on any other shades, because this one definitely has a huge dent into it. Okay, so first I'm going to start with the ColourPop palette, and I think I'm going to take the shade up here, Froze, it's pronounced, I don't know. Take that on a fluffy blending brush and just go ahead and put that in my crease. This color isn't like va-va-voom in your face as much as some of the other shades in this palette. It's a very good like transition type shade to get you started on those bright colors. It's funny because I wasn't even planning on doing this video. It just kind of came to my mind and I was like, oh, that would be fun. So that's how that happened. Do the same thing to the other side. I actually haven't seen anybody do this kind of video yet on YouTube. I don't know. There's definitely probably some out there. I just haven't personally seen any, but I'm sure there are plenty to watch. So who knows? This may be like a similar look to whatever else is on YouTube. But I'm not a pro at makeup, so I'm sure that you'll see better looks on there from people that actually really know what they're doing. I just like to have fun with my shadow. So now that that's laid down, I'm going to take the shade Like It's Hot right here, and it's a bit more of a brighter red. And I'm going to take that, actually I'm going to take that on, okay, this brush. See how that works out. If not, I'll use that same brush I already used, but I'll put that just a little bit lower in the crease just to give some more like color. Even this shade is still not like super bright. Definitely brighter than the first shade I laid down, but it's still not like bright like Fire Truck Red. So I'm gonna take that first brush I went in with and kind of blend that out, because this is a lot better of a blending brush than the other one I was using. really just take my time blending. So sorry that part is kind of boring, but that's just what I do. So I'm going to dip into that first shade I used a little bit and just go a little bit higher than that and just blend, blend, blend. So there's like a soft gradient between the two shades. Something I like to do a lot, especially when I'm using color. Okay, I feel like that looks pretty good. So I'm going to use that same brush I used before, but use the opposite side of it and go back into that Like It's Hot shade and just like press that to the lash line. In the outer corner. Probably gonna go in something deeper as well, but I just wanna get some brightness in there a little bit before I do that. I'm gonna do the same thing to the inner corner. I'm gonna do a little bit of a halo eye today. I feel like halo eyes are so fun to do when you're using color, and I've been getting into doing that more lately. Okay, and I'm just going to take that first brush and just blend again, make sure it's all blended. I'm going to just lay down that color. And now, find my other brush. Here we go. This one has a little bit of shadow left over, so I'm going to use my little color switch thing to clean that off. It's very bright. I don't do looks like this all the time, so when I do, it's like, whoa. Okay, so now I'm going to take the shade Red Bottoms right here, which is the darkest shade in the palette. And take that and press that on the very outer corner. I really don't want to take away from that shade that I just put down, so I'm trying not to like cover it all. I'm trying to just hit that very outer edge. Didn't really deepen it up that much. I mean, this shade is a little bit darker than those shades, but it's not like intensely darker. But it's doing the job, so. And I'm going to take a little bit of it and go in the very inner corner. Where that red starts. Just apply that there. Wow, that really did make such a difference. You can kind of see in the camera that this one is a little bit, actually a lot darker than that eye. So now I'm going to do the same thing to the other eye. There is a little bit of fallout, but I'm not worrying about that right now. I did my eyes first for that particular reason. And now I'm going to go into that shade Like It's Hot with my fluffy brush just a little bit. And kind of use that to blend all that together at the top. Because I really don't want to take all that dark shade through the crease. I just like how it looks lighter up there. And now that I think that that is pretty much good, we got most of it laid out. I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of the shade Home Slice. I don't think I've used this shade yet in the palette. It's very bright. I'm gonna put that in the middle. I'm going to be brightening this up a little bit in the center. I don't want it to be like this dark. I just really wanted to lay down some of that color. It looks really nice. I'm going to go ahead and clean my finger off. And blend through that just a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to take the shade Baywatch right down here and just put that right on top of that Home Slice. Brighten that up just a little bit. And I think that's all I'm going to do with this palette for right now. So now I'm going to clean up the fallout under my eye. There's not like too much. It's mostly from like inner corner from doing that halo eye and putting that dark shade right there. So it's not too bad. And now I am going to brush. I'm going to take a defining brush and go into the shade Rebel, which is this darker blue. Get that on there. And start like patting that under the eye. Or on the under eye. Just kind of stamping it. If you also have like a blue eyeliner, that would work for this too. I don't have a blue eyeliner though, so using my shadow. I think the shade of blue works perfectly for this look though, because I didn't want to use like a bright blue. I have brighter blues in my collection. I wanted to use something that's a little bit darker. And that's that, and I'm just gonna take a clean brush if I can find what I'm looking for. This one will work. And just kind of buff that out just a little bit. I'm not really wanting to blend it out too much. I was just wanting to make it not look as sharp. That's that right there. And now, for the finishing touches, I'm going to go into the shade Opal, which is a highlight shade in this palette. I'm going to take that on a little brush and go right on the very inner corner of my eye. Just to really brighten that up. And then I'm gonna like stamp it in the very center. Oh, that's not really working with my brush too well. I'm gonna use my finger for that. Stamp it like in the center. That I like this. I don't know, this is a little bit chalky for that. Let me take the shade Prince and do that. This one's a little better. I like the highlight in this palette. It's just a little bit too chalky for what I was wanting to do with it. I'm just toning it down a little bit because I want it to be bright, but not like too bright where it takes away from the red. But yeah, that is pretty much the look. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna go ahead and do some liner real quick. I just use the Essence waterproof liner pen. And I'm going to go into a little bit of my Collab mascara. Try doing it with the same hand just to see if I can do it, and I can't. So I've always done my mascara. So I got a little bit right there, just a little messy. I'm not trying to make the mascara really intense today because I just want the focus to be on the shadow. I'm probably just going to take the one layer. And I think that looks good. So, this is the finished look. I like having the blue, but I like that it's not like a super bright blue because I wanted it to be kind of like a liner and I didn't want anything like super bright. I just wanted it to be a little bit muted down. So yeah, I think this looks pretty good. I think it's pretty much what I expected it to be. So, I hope that you enjoyed watching this and hopefully it was useful. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.